We're Simcon, and what we do is we help companies get better at plastic injection molding projects. In order to do that, we provide two things. It's a simulation software and an optimization software. So the simulation software tells you what will happen if you design your part, your mold, and your process in a particular way, so that you can anticipate errors, problems that may arise. And then the optimization functionality, it's called VARIMOS, helps you actually find better solutions in an automated way. So it helps you explore variants of your design, it helps you vary particular variables, and then it understands how results change if you change those variables, and in that way you can find the best possible solution. And then finally, we also provide services, of course. So if you don't have time to learn how to use the software, we can provide that as a service for you. So we've done a lot of innovation in the past 12 months. Actually released two major releases during that time. In version 13, we introduced the ability to do 3D volumetric simulation. We also introduced our CAD to cool functionality, which allows you to more easily import cooling channels from your CAD software. And then in version 14, we expanded on that. So there's cool new VARIMOS functionality. It's easier than ever to set up variants of your designs, and it's easier than ever to import your existing mold designs from CAD. So you can import entire molds now in one chunk and just select the parts that you need for simulation. So that cuts down a lot on the time that people need in order to simulate. So we have two major product lines. The first is around CADMOULD, our simulation software, and it's modular. So what that means is you can buy only the parts that you actually need for the projects that you do. Right, so there's a basic version of it which covers the ability to do a filling simulation. There are more advanced versions which allow you to do packing stage simulation, as well as shrinkage and warpage simulation. And then there are special modules that help you do things like cascadic injection molding, or that look at particular aspects of fiber orientation, etc., etc. So there's a bunch of different modules that cover whatever the needs are that you have. And then on top of that, our second major product line is called VARIMOS. Now VARIMOS sits on top of the simulation. It automatically generates variants of your design for you, and then simulates those in parallel. So CADMOULD is actually able to run multiple simulations at the same time on the same computer, faster than most other competitor products. And then it looks at the results of all of those simulations and synthesizes them, so it understands and learns the connection between, what happens if your variables change, what happens to your results. So it learns that connection and then helps you find an optimal solution. Right? So it's an optimizer that sits on top of CADMOULD called VARIMOS, and it's really special. It's unique in the market. So we think there's rapid digitization going on at the moment. There are still a lot of companies out there who do not yet use plastic injection molding simulation, but the share of such companies is getting smaller. So more and more companies are realizing the benefits of this and virtualizing, partially also accelerated actually by the pandemic that unfortunately hit us in the past year. So it's really accelerated the pace at which companies digitalize. The reason is because they learn that they need to be more adaptable, more flexible, and better able to innovate quickly, right? And our software helps you to do innovation faster. And so that's been a major push for us. We've seen a lot of companies actually approach us in the past 12 months, and sales have really picked up as a result of that. So overall, we think that the long-term trends in the plastic injection molding simulation market are that the end-to-endiness, so to speak, of it is increasing, right? So people want to build digital chains with more than one piece of software, right? So they want their CAD to be compatible with their simulation software. They want their simulation software to be compatible with other types of simulation, thermal simulation, maybe structural, mechanical simulations, crash testing simulations. And then downstream, they want it to be compatible with their plastic injection molding machines, right? So if they figured out a good design using simulation, they want to be able to hand that over losslessly to other pieces of software or hardware. And so we've been investing quite heavily into that. We've built lots of collaborations to make that happen. We have a collaboration launched this last year with Volume Graphics. They do industrial CT scanning software. So what that means is you can define what quality means really early in your CAD system, optimize those exact quality features identically in CADMOULD and VARIMOS, and then measure the real world results again using the exact same measures using CT scanning and Volume Graphics software. We've also invested into a collaboration with ESI. So if you do crash test simulation, we are now compatible with PAM Crash as well. So we think that 2021 is going to be one of the best years we've ever had, certainly better than, even better than pre-crisis market conditions. There's rapid growth in the digital space for good reason. People are learning that virtualization is really the only way to get faster and better at the same time without exploding costs, right? So you can get faster, cheaper, and better results at the same time. The only way to get that is to try many variants virtually. It's really expensive to try these things physically. It takes forever to change a mold, to modify a mold later on. And we help people cut back on those correction loops and accelerate their design, accelerate their time to market.